2 weeks ago, I started using a new activity tracker. It's called FitBit right here. Since I've been using it for 2 weeks now, I think it's time for me to give a review of it. So I'm going to tell you today what it does not do, how it might help you with your fitness goals, and why I personally chose it over the Body Bug. So first, what does this thing do? It measures your calorie output from physical activity, and the way it does so is using a pedometer and an accelerometer, which is more of a 3D motion sensor. It does not use any heart rate monitor, so take that into account. But I really like that simplicity. So it is a tiny little gadget, and it can hook on to your clothes. It's calibrated to be used through your torso, so you could hook it here or you could hook it onto your waist. And so far I haven't had any trouble with it falling off. The Fitbit itself hooks on. It's very tiny and slim, so you can't really tell that you're wearing it. Unlike regular pedometer, it doesn't make any sound when it goes up and down at all, so I like that too. What does it measure? Throughout the day, if you press down this little button, it will show you steps taken so far, the distance traveled so far, calories burned, which includes your basal metabolic rate, and stairs climbed. It has a little flower that will grow higher as you're more physically active, and of course it has the time. Now, other features that are great on it. You can use it to record specific activities. Basically your workouts, right? So when you want to start a workout, you just hold down that tiny button until a timer starts. Later, you'll just hold the button down again, stop the timer, and it will record that activity. The way you view that activity is by going to your computer. And I believe there is also something you can use with your iPhone and things like that. But I use it on my computer, and it wirelessly transmits the data from here to your computer so that you can view a lot of different information. It gives you calorie output, your pace, things like that throughout your activity, and also throughout the whole day. The graphs it shows are really cool, so I'm really liking that. Another feature it has is that it measures your sleep quality. So it is able to recognize when you're going to sleep if you hold that button down while you're wearing it, and able to tell you how many times you wake up during the night, and essentially how long you're actually sleeping out of the time that you've been in bed. So that might be important to you if you've been having some issues.
This is the FitBit Ultra, and it has these little inspirational messages. As you can see, they just come on randomly. It slots into a little docking station which charges it, USB, works on Mac and PC, Windows, and basically it's a pedometer, but a specialized pedometer which will track the number of steps you've taken, how many flights of stairs you've walked up, calories burned, activity level, and it will even monitor how many times you wake up during the night, so it will tell you how much sleep you get. So let me see if I can show you this without causing shadows. So you can see it's extremely small. You can put it in a pocket or you can clip it onto a belt or whatever. There's a little plastic clip hook that comes with it if you want to clip it onto something a little bit thicker, like a belt buckle or something like that. Now when you press this there's a little switch here, you can see. It will tell you that's how many miles I've walked today, 0.15, I haven't been out today. And each time you press you'll get a new figure. 1540 calories burned today. I haven't been up and down any stairs yet. I haven't done much activity. As I do more activity the flower will grow. A little motivator there. That's the time. And this is the number of steps. Very low today. I stayed up rather late last night. Not been awake long actually. But I'm going out shortly to walk the dogs, and then we're going to do a bit of shopping, and by the time the day is done I'll have done 6,000 steps. Incredibly tiny but very motivating. One thing that is interesting is that when you get near a particular landmark figure, for example 10,000 steps or 5,000 steps or whatever number is important to you, if you set 2,000 for example and you got to 1,850 steps, then it would encourage you to do a little bit more. It certainly does with me. I find it very motivating. I'll put a link below and you can read more about it. Okay, bye.
Alright guys, so I hope y'all can see this clearly. This is the web page that you sync your Fitbit to. It's www.fitbit.com. Alright, so this is the first page. It's the main page, and it's my dashboard. Here you find your daily activity. As you can see today, I've done 13,820 steps. I've climbed 8 floors. I've walked 8.58 miles. I've burned 2,579 calories, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And my active score for today was 1,027. What else? It gives you a lot of graphs and a lot of information here for you. This is my sleep for last night, guys. I actually went to bed at 3:14 a.m. Yeah, I was trying to upload the video. It took me 47 minutes to fall asleep. I was awakened 14 minutes, but I was in bed for 9 hours and 17 minutes. Like, I got up super late. But my actual sleep was 7 hours and 49 minutes. Let's see. You get your own little profile thing there. And you also get your weight on there. You gotta put that in there. They're also going to start, I use MyFitnessPal a lot to log my food, and they're going to sync it eventually. I just hope, and there's a lot more apps that they're going to sync to Fitbit. I hope they do MyFitnessPal pretty soon, because that's what I use. They also have a food log where you can log your food, but I only did this 2 days, and they don't have a lot of the foods like MyFitnessPal, so yeah, I just stopped doing that. You can log your activities. If you went running, biking, walking, you played Xbox games, you just type it in there and you log your activity. So that's what adds more calories to your burned. That's why whenever I show you my Fitbit, I don't have a lot of calories burned, because I don't add the activities. Your weight, your BMI, sleep. This will just go individually to your thing. If you want to put in like a nap or something, you can like create a new sleep record there. You also have a journal where you can say your mood and your energy, if you have any allergies, and you can actually just type a whole journal entry there. They also have a heart, like if you track your heart rate, your resting heart rate, your normal heart rate, your exertive heart rate. Blood pressure, if you check your blood pressure, you can put that in there as well. Glucose. This is also really good for people that are diabetic, because you can log your morning, afternoon, and evening glucose levels, and if you're having any insulin, you just put it on there, and you can add a glucose tracker. So that's pretty cool, huh? Let me go back to my dashboard and show you something else there. This is just my daily right here, what I showed you, but there's another tab here, and that's historical. It shows you graphs of everything in the last 30 days. The first one is a 30-day graph of intake versus burn, which really intake I haven't put anything in, so that's why it's like blah the whole time there. The next one is steps, and I guess the day that I've had more steps was Friday, December the 2nd. I had 17,234 steps that day. This day, the only day I haven't worn it was Christmas Day. I forgot to put it on. I've had such a busy day, but see, it's blank there. And I think this is the day that it wasn't working. That got humid, and yeah. So yeah. Next graph is 30-day graph of time active. Blue is lightly active. Yellow is fairly active. And red is very active. So see, I was very, very active here, and then I just blobbed all there. So yeah, I'm gonna be very active again. And the weight, It also graphs your weight, so if you're going up or down, you know, it's here. It'll track your weight. And finally, the hours slept. This is my hours slept. Total amount of hours slept for the last 30 days, and the times that I was awakened. This day, let me see, this day, what was that? December 11th, I was awakened 26 times. So, that's crazy, man. It's really crazy. Achievements, let me see, my achievements. The whole lifetime of me having my Fitbit, I have walked 254,419 steps. I've climbed 188 floors. I've gone 107.79 miles. Yeah, and then you also get like little badges. You can sync this on your Facebook if you'd like, but I don't have Facebook, so. You will also be able to select a goal for a week. My goal is at 10,000 steps a day, so that's 70.
2 bits ago, and yeah, we are in my bathroom, but there's a reason. I want to talk to you guys today about the Fitbit Aria, which it's an internet-connected scale, basically, which really, it does pretty much what I just said there. You know, you put it on the floor, you step on it, and within like moments it'll read how much you weigh and also it'll tell you your body fat. And then it sort of takes the step away that I've been using this, again, Fitbit for like almost 2.5 years now. And it's a pain to, not a real pain, but a pain to you know, get the numbers, then run from the bathroom over to the computer and log them in there. And usually I like, you know, read 185, 26.4, 185, 26.4, 185, you know, just repeat the numbers over and over again until I get over to the computer. And this really does take the step out of there. It's really easy to use. Again, just step on and it'll, you know, really just tell you your information there. There's really not too much else to say about this. I will say that, you know, just like any electronic scale versus one with weights, they do vary a little bit from scale to scale. I've had a number of scales over the years, and each one, you know, is a little bit different. But if you're using the same one at the same time of day, I'd highly recommend. You know, I like to normally do, you know, my weighing first thing in the morning, 'cause, you know, I have an accurate measurement. You know, because as you eat and whatever during the day, your weight changes, but do it at the same time, use the same scale, and you get somewhat of an accurate reading. And that's what I found with this here. I will recommend it. The only, I'd say, difficult part that I had, which sort of as I was saying, you know, I have to run to the other room where my computer is. You do need Wi-Fi to set this up. I'm not one that uses a laptop very often, so I tried to first set it up on my desktop, which is wired in. And I ended up having to switch to my phone because the setup procedure does require you to be on wireless. So if you're thinking about getting one, just be aware of that and start the procedure from the device that is going to be able to get on Wi-Fi. And then you sort of connect over to the Wi-Fi network that this thing itself runs, and you just go back and forth a couple of times to do the pairing. But after you do that, it's really easy to use. Just step on it, logs your data,